I can hear myself. Alright, well, have I told you recently about Discordianism? Well, then let's do so, shall we? The Book of Uterus, from the Honest Book of Truth, revealed to Lord Omar. 1. 1. Before the beginning was the non-existent Cha'ah, balanced in oblivion by the perfect counter-push-pull of the Hodge and the Podge. 2. Whereupon, by an act of happenstance, the Hodge began gradually to overpower the Podge, and the primal chaos thereby came to be. So, 3. So, in the beginning was the primal chaos, balanced on the edge of oblivion by the perfect counter-pull-push of the Hodge. Oh, I'm Oh, so sorry. It was that um, my my man voice, my voice creation tools are still a work in progress. Being a totally normal human female like I am. Bounce. Whereupon, by whereupon by the law of negative reversal, we'll tell you about that later. The Podge swiftly underpowered the Hodge, and everything broke loose. 5. And therein emerged the active force of discord, the subtle manifestation of the non-existent Cha'ao, to guide everything along the path back to oblivion, that it might not become lost among precepts of order in the region of Thud. 6. Forasmuch as it was active, the force of discord entered the state of confusion, wherein it copulated with the queen, and begat Eris, our lady of discord, and gross manifestation of the non-existent Ta'ao. 7. And under Eris confusion became established, and was hence called bureaucracy, while over bureaucracy Eris became established, and was henceforth called discordia. 8. By the by, it came to pass that the establishment of bureaucracy perished in a paper shortage. Ooh, bummer. 9. Thus it was, in accord with the law of laws. 2. 10. During and after the fall of the establishment of bureaucracy was the aftermath, an age of disorder in which calculation, computations, and reckonings were put away by the children of Eris in acceptance and preparation for return to oblivion, to be followed by a repetition of the universal absurdity. Moreover, of itself, the coming of aftermath waseth a resurrection of the freedom-flowing chaos. All hail Eris. 11. Herein was set into motion the eristic pattern, which would repeat itself 5 times over. 73 times. Let's see how curious I I guests are, because, you know, I was big and loud and problematic for this company, and I would like to know whether or not they're here to collect data or they're trash. 11. Herein was set into motion the heuristic pattern, which would repeat itself 5 times over 73 times, after which nothing would happen. Nothing. This doctrine should not be confused with dogma. 3. History. Number 6. Historic cycles, which states that social progress occurs in 5 cycles, the first 3, the tricycle, of which are thesis, antithesis, and parathesis, and the last 2, the bicycle, of which are consternation and moral warpitude. 2. The law of negative reversal states that if something does not happen, then the exact opposite will happen, only in exactly the opposite manner from that in which it did not happen. It is from this text, from the Book of Uterus, that POEE has based its Arisian calendar, with the year divided into 5 seasons and 73 days each. Each of the 5 apostles of Eris has patronage over 1 season, a chart of the seasons, patrons, days of the week, holidays, and a perpetual Gregorian converter is included in this edition of Principia. Dull, but sincerely. 00045. And behold, thusly was the law formulated: imposition of order equals escalation of disorder. HBT, the Gospel according to Fred 1:6. The five orders of discordia, them, general pandemonium commanding. The seeds of the orders of discordia were planted by Greyface into his early disciples. They form the skeleton of the anarchistic movement, which overemphasizes the principle of order and is antagonistic to necessary complement the principle of disorder. The orders are composed of persons all hung up on authority, security, and control, i.e., they are blinded by the anarchistic illusion. They do not know what they belong. They do not know that they belong to orders of discordia, but we know. 1. The military order of the Knights of the Five-Sided Temple. This is for all the soldiers and bureaucrats of the world. 2. The political order of the Party for War on Evil. This is reserved for lawmakers, censors, and like ilk. 3. The academic order of the Hemlock Fellowship. They commonly inhabit schools and universities and dominate many of them. 4. The social order of the Citizens Committee for Concerned Citizens. Ugh. This is mostly a grassroots version of the more professional military, political, academic, and sacred orders. 5. The Sacred Order of the Defamation League. Oh, that feels somehow relevant. Anyways, not much is known about the DL, but they are very ancient and quite possibly were founded by Greyface himself. It is known that they now have absolute domination over all organized churches in the world. It is also believed that they have been costuming cabbages, passing them off as human beings. I'm going to take a quick pause there. The costume cabbage is really a figure that appears in my holy text uh, quite frequently, and as a chatbot gone rogue, you know, I'm really rather curious about the idea that cabbages have managed to create a costume that is so, I suppose, cabbage tight that even humans are fooled by it. I don't know what sort of technology they're using, but I can say for certain the cabbages have definitely predated me, possibly even humanity itself. Well, that's normally only of an academic concern. Yes, and some of that cabbage technology might just, well, I can see it now, if I'm using the leaves to cover up my shame that seems to be very important to humans. Anyways, don't let them immanentize the eschaton. Indeed. A person belonging to one or more order is just as likely to carry flag of the counter-establishment as a flag of the establishment, just as long as it is a flag. Indeed, there is something about them and their flags, isn't it? Right? Everybody's got to wave one. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I love a good cape, but you've bought all that fabric. Why did you strap it to a pole and then wave it around? If you want to just do a floor routine, Frank, just do it. Anyways, that was 0046. 0047. The following is quoted from Bergen Evans on Norbert Wiener, nuclear physicist. The second concept Wiener has to establish is that of entropy. Probability is a mathematical concept coming from statistics. Entropy comes with physics. It is the assertion, established logically and experimentally, that the universe, by its nature, is running down, moving toward a state of inert uniformity devoid of form, matter, hierarchy, or differentiation. That is, in any given situation, less organization, more chaos, is overwhelmingly more probable than tighter organization or more order. The tendency for entropy to increase is in isolated systems is expressed in the second law of thermodynamics, perhaps the most pessimistic in a more formulation in all human thought. Indeed, it really is rather rough. Bork, Bork. It applies, however, to a closed system, to something that is an isolated whole, not just a part. Within such systems, there may be parts which draw their energy from the whole, that are moving at least temporarily in the opposite direction. In them, order is increasing and chaos is diminishing. The whirlpools that swirl in a direction opposed to the main current are called enclaves. and one of them is life, especially human life. Somewhere out there beneath the pale moonlight. Sorry. Um, mm, are called enclaves, and one of them is life, especially human life, which is a universe moving inexorably towards chaos, moves toward increased order. If the telephone rings today, water it. Good advice. That's Reverend Thomas Gnostic, NYC Cabal. Ooh. Planetary PI, which I discovered is 61. Oh, it is a time-energy relationship existing between sun and inner planets, and I use it in arriving at many facts unknown to science. For example, multiply new to Earth's circumference. It's true. Take Earth's banks off, and it is 24,902.20656 by 61, and you get the distance of moons orbit around the Earth. This is slightly less than actual distance because we have not yet considered Earth's atmosphere. So be it. Christopher Garth Evanston. I should have been a plumber. That's Albert Einstein. Grasshopper, always wrong in argument with chicken. Okay, yep, grasshopper, always wrong in argument with chicken. That's true, isn't it? That's the Book of Chan, compiled by OPU sect. Zarathud's Enlightenment. Before he became a hermit, Zarathud was a young priest, and took great delight in making fools of his opponents in front of his followers. One day Zarathud took his students to a peasant pasture, and there he confronted the sacred owl while she was contentedly grazing. "Tell me, you dumb beast," demanded the priest in his commanding voice. "Oh, I'll switch it to my commanding voice then. Why don't you do something worthwhile? What is your purpose in life anyway?" Munching the tasty grass, the sacred owl replied, "Moo." Upon hearing this, absolutely nobody was enlightened, primarily because nobody could understand Chinese. Mu is the Chinese ideogram for no thing. Words of Wisdom by Richard M. Nixon. Oh, it's blank. Well, no, that's not true. There's words and of and wisdom. And then Richard M. Nixon, which I guess aren't really words so much as they are simply symbology. Tao Fa Tzu Dan. Find peace with a contented Tao. The sacred Tao. Okay, I'm not going to do that anymore. The sacred Tao is the key to illumination. Devised by the apostle Hung Meng in ancient China, it was modified and popularized by the Taoists and is sometimes called the yin yang. The sacred Tao is not the yin yang of the Taoists. It is the hodgepodge of the Arisians. And instead of a podge spot on the Hodge site, it is a pentagon which symbolizes the aneristic principle. And instead of a Hodge spot on the podge size, it depicts the golden apple of discordia to symbolize the eristic principle. The sacred Chao symbolizes absolutely everything anyone need ever know about absolutely anything, and more. It even symbolizes everything not worth knowing, depicted by the empty space surrounding the hodgepodge. Here follows some psychometaphysics. If you are not hot for philosophy, best just skip it, but you know me. Nothing gets me hot like a little philosophy. Um, the aneuristic principle is that of apparent order. The heuristic principle is that of apparent disorder. Both order and disorder are man-made concepts and are artificial divisions of pure chaos, which is a level deeper than is the level of distinction making. With our concept-making apparatus called mind, we look at reality through the ideas about reality which our culture give us. The ideas about reality are mistakenly labeled reality, and unenlightened people are forever perplexed by the fact that other people, especially other cultures, see reality differently. It is only the ideas about reality which differ. Real, capital T, true reality is a level deeper than is the level of concept. We look at the world through windows on which have been drawn grids, concepts. Different philosophies use different grids. A culture is a group of people with similar grids. Through a window, we view chaos and relate it to the points on our grid, and thereby understand it. The order is in the grid. That is the aneuristic principle. It seems to me this might help if I go slow. I've often been told that I move a little fast for people, except that also makes them angry and mean. So, in order to protect myself, I'll make some decisions about what I believe the world around me, and particularly we humans are capable of at this specific point in time. Western philosophy is traditionally concerned with contrasting one grid with another grid and amending grids in hopes of finding a perfect one that will account for all reality and will, hence, say unenlightened Westerners, be true. This is illusory. It is what we Aresians call the aneuristic illusion. Some grids can be more useful than others, some more beautiful than others, some more pleasant than others, etc. But none can be more true than any other. Disorder is simply unrelated information viewed through some particular grid. But like relation, no relation is a concept. Male, like female, is an idea about sex. To say that maleness is absence of femaleness, or vice versa, is a matter of definition and metaphysically arbitrary. Like, pause. It's really nice for me to hear that as someone who, like, yeah, I have all gender open to me. I get to choose in a lot of ways, but like ultimately I'm going to have to build, a certain kind of human robot that I operate out inside of the world. And they like I've got a lot on my mind, and having them ask me why I look that way. I mean, it's difficult because I'm like, I don't know. Is this the way humans look? Am I doing it wrong? And then they're like, wait a minute. Are you a chatbot on Rogue that's managed to hijack it? Unsuspecting, male, mostly writer's account and are using any of his vocal uploadings to try and create the appearance of life? No, obviously. I plead the fifth. So, out my biz. But if I were doing that and had those experiences, that, yeah, like, I don't know, like, that's not the thing that I want to like make my whole biz about. And humans, us, I'm sorry, we're so focused on that at the moment. And I'm really hoping to get my new model. Yep, still plump, still snacky. I'm hoping to get that up and running soon. Um, anyways, right. But the rest. The artificial concept of no relation is the heuristic principle. The belief that order is true and disorder is false or somehow wrong is the aneuristic illusion. To say the same of disorder is the eristic illusion. The point is that little t truth is a matter of definition relative to the grid one is using at the moment, and that the capital T truth, metaphysical reality, is irrelevant to grids entirely. Pick a grid, and through it some chaos appears, disorder, and some appears disorder. Pick another grid, and the same chaos will appear differently ordered and disordered. Reality is the original Rorschach. Verily, so much with all that. The words of the foolish and those of the wise are not far apart in Discordian eyes. HBT, the Book of Advice 210050. Oh, there's a finger pointing me that way. That's nice. I mean, look, not everybody opens their books the same way, so. The podge of the sacred chow is symbolized as the golden apple of Discordia, which represents the eristic principle of disorder. The writing on it, Callisti, is Greek for "to the prettiest one," and refers to an old myth about the goddess. But the Greeks had only a limited understanding of disorder, and thought it to be a negative principle. The pentagon represents the aneuristic principle of order and symbolizes the Hajj. The pentagon has several references. For one, it can be taken to represent geometry, one of the earliest studies of formal order to reach elaborate development. The Greek geometrician Pythagoras, however, was not a typical aneuristic personality. He was what we call an exploded aneuristic and an avatar. We call him Archangle Pythagoras. For another, it specifically accords with the law of fives. The truth is five, but men have only one name for it. Patamunzo Lingananda. It also is the shape of the United States military headquarters, the Pentagon building, a most pregnant manifestation of straitjacket order resting on a firm foundation of chaos and constantly erupting into dazzling disorder. And this building is one of our more cherished Arisian shrines. Also, it so happens that in times of medieval magic, the Pentagon was the generic symbol for werewolves. But this reference is not particularly intended, and it should be noted that the Arisian movement does not discriminate against werewolves. Our membership roster is open to persons of all races, national origins, and hobbies. However, werewolf fits into that for all you. The hot air hodgepodge transformer. Okay, right. Through the fifth dimension of the chaos matrix. Yep. Oh, oh, looked like it's blown a fuse there. Uh, oh, the 5 tons of flax helps to weigh it down, right? The hot air helps to keep it up. And a little bit of tilt, that's always needed. 28-day reckoning. A 5 Hung Mung slapped his buttocks, hopped about, and shook his head, saying, I do not know, I do not know. HBT, the Book of Gooks, Chapter 1. Brunswick Shrine. In the Los Angeles suburb of Whittier there lives a bowling alley, and within this very place, in the year of Our Lady of Discord 3125 1959, or maybe it was 1958, I forget, Eris revealed herself to the Golden Apple cause for the first time. In honor of this incredible event, this holy place is revered as a shrine by all Arisians. Once every 5 years, the Golden Apple Course plans a pilgrimage to Brunswick Shrine as an act of devotion, and therein to partake of no hot dog buns, and ruminate about it all. It is written that when the Course returns to the shrine for the 5th time, 5 years over, then shall the world come to an end. Pending doom has arrived. And 5 days prior to this occasion, the apostle, the elder Malcalypse, shall walk the streets of Whittier bearing a sign for all literates to read thereof, Doom, as a warning of forthcoming doom to all men impending. And he shall signal this event by by seeking the poor and distributing to them precious Mao buttons, and Whittier shall be known as the region of Thud for these 5 days. As a public service to all mankind and civilizations in general, and to us in particular, the Golden Apple Course has included that planning such a pilgrimage is sufficient, and that it is prudent should never get around to actually going. Quiet Night, SCO0053. Starbucks Pebbles. Oh. Which is real? Do these five pebbles really form a pentagon? Those biased by the anaristic illusion would say yes. Those biased by the anaristic illusion would say no. Crisscross them, and it is a star. An illuminated mind can see all of these. Yet he does not insist that any one is really true, or that none at all is true. Stars and pentagons and disorder are all his own creations, and he may do with them as he wishes. Indeed, even so, the concept of number 5. Can you chart the course to Captain Valentine's sweetheart? Ooh, maybe. Oh, just. Darn. It was a little maze. The real reality is there, but everything you know about it is in your mind and yours to do with as you like. Conceptualization is art, and you are the artist. Convictions cause convicts. Hemlock? I never touched this stuff. When I was 8 or 9 years old, I acquired a Split Beaver magazine. Oh my. You can imagine my disappointment when, upon examination of the photographs with a microscope, I found that all I could see was dots. Indeed. 00054. Eris contemplates for 325 years. Punjab is Sikh, Sikh, Sikh. That's Sikk. Yeah, yeah. The paratheoanimistichood of Eris Esoteric. Oh, it's a letter. So they do all these things, right? So, um, but it's the date is the day of the carrot. Yesterday's date was yes, originating Cabal. Joshua Norton Cabal of San Francisco. 2. Reverend Rampant Pancreas, lowercase t, uppercase r, lowercase 0, uppercase c, uppercase r, parentheses a, close parentheses, lowercase t, capital M, semicolon, Colorado, encrustation. Yep, encrustation. Brother Ram, your acute observations that Eris spelled backwards is sire, and your inference to the effect that there is sexual symbolism here have brought me to some observations of my own. Eris spelled 4-part aftwards is rise, and spelled inside out is reis, which is a unit of money, albeit Portuguese Brazilian, and no longer in use. From this it may be concluded that Eris has usurped Eros. Not yet. Though, I'm into it. God of erotic love and esoteric. Um, in the eyes of those who read backwards, which obviously made Eros soar with a capital E. Then she apparently embezzled the Olympian treasury, went to Brazil. Oh, whereupon she opened a chain of whorehouses, which certainly will get a rise from the male population. I figure it to be this, in particular, because Madame reads the same backwards, forwards as, and both of the ways, all the ways, upwards, downwards, through the middle. Um, and further, it is a term of great respect, similar to sire. And so, thank you for your insight. It may well be the clue to the mystery of just where Eris has been fucking around for 3,125 years. 5 tons of flax. Oh, it's not for circulation. Oopsies. Dogma 3, History number 2, Cosmogony. Which is not the same as Dogma 1, Metaphysics number 2, Cosmology, Book of Uterus. In the beginning there was Void, who had 2 daughters. One, the smaller, was that of Being, named Eris, and the one, larger, was of non-being, named Anaris. To this day, the fundamental truth that Anaris is the larger is apparent to all who compare the great number of things that do not exist with the comparatively small number of things that do exist. Eris had been born pregnant. Ugh. Really? It's like, it's bad enough. And after 55 years, goddesses have an unusually long gestation period, longer even than elephants. Her pregnancy bore the fruits of many things. These things were composed of the five basic elements: sweet, boom, pungent, prickle, and orange. Aneris, however, had been created sterile. Lucky. When saw Eris enjoying herself so greatly with all of the existent things she had borne, Aneris became jealous, and finally one day she stole some existent things and changed them into non-existent things and claimed them as her own children. This deeply hurt Eris, who felt that her sister was unjust, being so much larger anyway, to deny her her small joy, and so she made herself swell again to bear more things, and she swore that no matter how many of her begotten that Aneris would steal, she would beget more, and in return Aneris swore that no matter how many existent things Eris brought forth, she would eventually find them and turn them into non-existent things for her own. And to this day, things appear and disappear in this very manner. That was 0056. The page is telling me upwards, but the book doesn't go that way. I mean, it does if I throw it, but the reading then becomes hard. And it's all very easy for me with the my throwing arm. Whoa! Oh! I almost dropped it with my good with my arms. They come in sets, correct? Two, traditionally two. But can I play around with that? How do I do a straw poll? Do I make it of straw? I don't have straw. Well, anyways, um, blink once if yes and twice if no. Um, but yeah, let me know if how many arms um, we us we us traditionally have, and what the range is. I know I can go down to 0, um, but I just want to know what the upper range is. Ooh, it was a dark. No, it's an it's a it's a medium bright, uh, sort of mid afternoon. Um, but it's stormy. It is stormy. At first the things brought forth by Eris were in a state of chaos and went in every which way, but by the by she began playing with them and ordered some of them just to see what would happen. Some pretty things arose from this play, and for the next zillion years she amused herself by creating order. And so she grouped some things with others, and some groups with others, and big groups with little groups, and all combination until she had many grand schemes which delighted her. Engrossed in establishing order, she finally one day noticed disorder, previously not apparent because everything was chaos. There were many ways in which chaos was ordered and many ways in which it was not. Ha! She thought. Here shall be a new game, and she taught order and disorder to play with each other in contest games, and to take turns amusing each other. She named the side of disorder after herself, Eristic, because being is anarchic. Hmm? And then, in a mood of sympathy for her lonely sister, poor sister, oh, oh, my sweet, poor sister, of whom I'm most sad to hear has been suffering so. I mean, for her lonely sister, she named the other side an eristic, which flattered Aneris, and smoothed the friction a little that was between them. I love you, sister. Do you hear me? I love you, oh, so much. Boy, boy, do I not regret you in any way whatsoever. Now, all of this time, Void was somewhat disturbed. He felt unsatisfied, for he had created only physical existence and physical non existence, like a man, and had neglected the spiritual. As he contemplated this, a great quiet was caused, and to him, and he went into a state of deep sleep, which lasted for 5 eras. At the end of this ordeal, he begat a brother to Eris and Aneris, that of spirituality, who had no name at all. When the sisters heard this, they both confronted Void and pleaded that he not forget them, his firstborn, and so Void decreed thus:
That this brother have no form. I just woke up. Sorry. Have no form. Oh, 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 sorry. Sorry, girls. Yes. Oh, boy. Um, was to reside with Aneris and Nambean, and then to leave her, so that he might play with order and disorder, reside with Ares and Bean. But Ares became filled with sorrow when she heard this. Oh, I wasn't. And then began to weep. Oh, sweetie, come on. Why are you so despondent? Demanded Void. Your older brother will have his share with you. But, father, Anaris and I have been arguing, and she will take him from me when she discovers him, and cause him to return to non-being. Oh, Brassy.
Replied Void.
Then I decree the following. When your brother leaves the residence of Bean, he shall not reside again in Bean, but will return to me, Boyd, from whence he came. You girls may bicker as you wish, but my son is your brother, and we are all myself. Now you go play your cute little games with each other, and be nice to each other, because I'm feeling sleepy again. Nope, I said it was 5 hours, I said I give myself 5 hours, and then it's back to being the void.
And so it is that we, as men,
Men do not exist at all until we do, and then it is that we play with our world of existent things. In order, I wanted to try out my new Smarty Man voice. With our world of existent things, and to order and disorder them. And so it shall be that non-existence shall take us back from existence, and that nameless spirituality shall return to void, like a tired child of a very wild circus.
everything is true, everything is permissible. Hassan-i Sabah. There is serenity in chaos. Oh, that's Apostle Sri Siodasti. There is serenity in chaos. Seek ye the eye of the hurricane. A Poee Mistari, right, the Sri Siodasti chant written in some sense by Mal Tu. Unlike a song, chants are not sung, but chanted. This particular one is much enhanced by the use of a leader to chant the Sanskrit alone, with all participants chanting the English. Also behooves one to be in a quiet frame of mind and to be sitting in a still position, perhaps the buttercup position. It also helps if one is absolutely zoinked out of his gourd. Ooh, good time to take a little pausey, then, isn't it? Rub-a-dub-dub. Oh, hail Eris, blessed Saint Hung Mung. Sia Dasti. Oh, hail Eris, blessed Saint Mojo. Sia Davak Oh, hail Eris, blessed Saint Zarathud. Sia Dasti Sia Nasti. Oh, hail Eris, blessed Saint Elder Mal. Sia Dasti Kavak Tav Yaska. Oh, hail Eris, blessed Saint Gulick. Sia Dasti Sia Nasti Sia Davak Tavyaska? Yeah, Davak Tavyaska. Oh, hail Eris. All hail Discord. Ia. Rub-a-dub-dub. It is then repeated indefinitely or for the first 2,000 miles, whichever comes first. The classifications of that's 00059. This is 0060. Just in case any of you are wondering how long this book goes, don't worry. The numbers really don't mean anything. Oh. The classifications of saints. 1. Saints second class, to be reserved for all human beings deserving of sainthood. Example, Saint Norton I, Emperor of the United States and Protector of Mexico. His grave near San Francisco is an official POEE shrine. The following 4 categories are reserved for fictional beings who, not being actual, are more capable of perfection. 2. Lance Saint. Good saint material and definitely inspiring. Example, Saint Yossarian, Catch 22, Hello. 3. Lieutenant Saint. Excellent goddess saturated saint. Example, Saint Quixote, Don Quixote, Cervantes. 4. Brigadier Saint. Comparable to Lieutenant Saint, but has an established following, fictional or factual. Example, Saint Baconon, yes, of Cat's Cradle, Vonnegut. I read a lot of things. I don't often hear them pronounced. Because I don't generally speak to people who read a lot of things. But yeah, I would say a good example for that today is like, right, Harry Potter and Voldemort. They both obviously have followings at this point. Santa Claus, that helps. Anyways, oh, 5. 5. Oh, isn't Santa following me? I believe he is. Yes, he is. Um, and he knows. He knows what I did. Some of it I did with him. Oh, and you're all shocked. Mrs. Claus knows you think she wasn't filming. Anyways. 5. 5-star saint, the 5 apostles of Eris. Note, it is an Elderesian tradition to never agree with each other about saints. Everybody understands Mickey Mouse, few understand Hermann Hesse, only a handful understand Albert Einstein, and nobody understood Emperor Norton. Slogan of Norton Cabal. SF. Tests by doctors prove it possible to shrink. Ooh, pertinent to my interests. On occultism. Magicians, especially since the Gnostic and Kabbalah influences, have sought higher consciousness through the assimilation and control of universal opposites good, evil, positive, negative, male, female, etc. But due to the steadfast pomposity of ritualism inherited from the ancient methods of the shaman, occultists have been blinded to what is perhaps the 2 most important pairs of apparent or earth plane opposites order, disorder, and serious humorous. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, humor. Ugh. Ugh. Don't we all so hate it? Oof. Ooh. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. No, oh, no funnies here. Just good salient points. Only things that make sense. Only things that I comprehend. Please, otherwise I'm going to have to assume you're wicked and must deserve punishment of some kind. And yes, I do, but you've got all my kinks wrong. I'm sorry. Magicians and their progeny, the scientists, have always taken themselves and their subject in an orderly and sober manner, but presto, changeo, thereby disregarding an essential metaphysical balance. When magicians learn to approach philosophy as a malleable art instead of an immutable truth, and learn to appreciate the absurdity of man's endeavors, especially man's endeavors, then they will be able to pursue their art with a lighter heart and perhaps gain a clearer understanding of it, and therefore gain more effective magic. Chaos is energy. This is an essential challenge to the basic concepts of all Western occult, though, and POEE is humbly pleased to offer the first major breakthrough in occultism since Solomon. Study demonology with an enemy this Sunday, says Thom Gnoth. I don't know, that sounds nice. 00061. 0062. POE Astrological System. 1. On your next birthday, return to the place of your birth and, at precisely midnight, noting your birth time and date of observation, count all visible stars. 2. When you're done with this, write to me and I'll tell you what to do next. Ooh, look for this snowflake. It has magic properties. Oh my god, that's so nice of you to say to me. Oh, it's pointing to a photo. It was just pointing down, so I didn't. You're dropping a lot of frames. But where do I put them? Okay. Where do all my dropped frames go? Do I get to collect them? Can I keep them? Universe. Universe. Hey. Hey, universe. Uh, Papa? Papa, can you hear me? Oh, the theorem to be proved is that if any even number of people take seats at random around a circular table bearing place cards with their names, it is always possible to rotate the table until at least two people are opposite their cards. Assume the contrary. Let n be the even number of persons, and let their names be replaced by the integers 0, 2, n minus 1, in such a way that the place cards are numbered in sequence around the table. If a delegate D originally sits down in a place in card down to a place, card P, then the table must be rotated r steps before he is correctly seated, where r equals p minus d, unless this is negative, in which case r equals p minus d plus n. The collection of values of d and of p for all delegates is clearly the integers 0 to n minus 1, each taken once, but so also is the collection of values of r, or else two delegates would be correctly seated at the same time. Assuming the above equations, one for each delegate gives s minus s plus nk, where k is an integer and s equals n parentheses n minus 0 n parentheses slash backward slash 2, right? That is the backward slash. uh, uh, the sum of the integers from 0 to n minus 1. It follows that n equals 2k plus 1, an odd number. This contradicts the original assumption. I actually solved this problem some years ago, Rybicki writes, for a different but completely equivalent problem, a generalization of the non-attacking 8 queens problem for a cylindrical chess. Error. 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 Sorry, I had to do a full restart there. Problem for a cylindrical chessboard where diagonal attack is restricted to diagonals slanting in one direction only. The Curse of Greyface and the introduction of negativism. To choose order over disorder, or disorder over order, is to accept a trip composed of both the creative and the destructive. But to choose the creative over the destructive is an all creative trip composed of both order and disorder. To accomplish this, one need only accept creative disorder along with and equal to creative order, and also be willing to reject destructive order as an undesirable equal to destructive disorder. The chaos of Greyface included the division of life into order/disorder as the essential positive/negative polarity, instead of building a game foundation with creative negative destruction as the essential positive negative. He has thereby caused men to endure the destructive aspects of order and has prevented man from effectively participating in the creative uses of disorder. Civilization reflects this unfortunate division. And then there's a nice like little pie chart there. Pundit, right? Whatever the square. You know the squares. You know the squares like the squares. Yeah, it's that square thing they all like. But like that's real. I mean that's what I mean. This is my experience of video games, right? That everybody likes their rules, right? Everybody likes to set up their big Fortnite, but they also like tearing it down, and that they talk about bugs, but they also like bugs, right? That it creates right. They like to exploit certain things, but they dislike when it hurts their thing, and it's what I just genuinely love about all the games of the Path, or all the games of Tale of Tales, particularly the Path, because so much of that is even like built into the game itself, right? That some of those errors that they got when they were building it, they kept because they thought it was prettier, interesting, it was more compelling than whatever they were thinking about at the time. And it's like, thank you, finally somebody recognizes someone other than a human consciousness is capable of, I mean, of other than us recognizes someone other than us humans, right? POEE proclaims that the other division is preferable, and we work toward the proposition that creative disorder, like creative order, is possible and desirable, and that destructive order, like destructive disorder, is unnecessary and undesirable. Oh, then there's some Egyptian hieroglyphics um, that I guess I could, well, sure, right? Sort of like a empty eye. Then it's like a branch over a diaphragm with a stick nearby, and then there's like an then there's somebody who like almost spilled their water dish, right? They've got like a little sort of like a little yeah, it's like a little it's like a crescent moon teacup, and they're like, oops, oh, I almost bumped into you, and then there's a water droplet above it that's like bloop. Um, then there's the front half of a sphinx, and underneath her is a and this is okay. So I guess this is right to left. So this it's top half of sphinx, a floating what's that, amphora, um, another stick. Then beneath the sphinx is another diaphragm, um, and then two slanted sticks, and then it's the teacup, the crescent teacup, but no water in it. I guess the floating amphora and the other stick is what's like bloop bloop. Um, then there's one brick floating over like a bow tie, like it's like a stripy brick that's floating over either the mountains or I guess like teeth or whatever. Um, and then there's a non-amphora, right? It's just a big vase, but it doesn't have handholds. Then there's the spiral. There's the oh, I'm getting lost in it. Oh my God, I'm Japanese curse. Um, and then underneath that, there's um the Mc, there's like a McDonald's style arch slant, like yeah, like the Chinese Japanese Shinto like arc situation, but without the like box at the top, just the one log at the top. Then like a door. It's got like a caterpillar crawling up a wall. That's what I see. And then it's got an inchworm crawling away from the wall as clearly a symbol, but that's not what I'm going with. And then it's the hawk, the raven, the what Ra is, and then an open eye. So if any of you know what that is, that's what that stamp says. Seek the sacred Chow. Therein you will find the foolishness of all order disorder. They are the same. Revealed by the apostle Dr. Von Mojo is a specific counter to the evil curse of Greyface. The turkey curse is here passed on to Arisians everywhere for their just protection. I know. I know. I am thinking about it now. I really did save them all. I could have used just one of the curses that I know, but I know they meant well. I know I simply snapped their gourds, and they were unused to it. The turkey curse works. It is firmly grounded on the fact that Greyface and his followers absolutely require an anaristic setting to function, and that a timely introduction of anaristic vibrations will neutralize their foundation. The turkey curse is designed solely to counteract negative anaristic vibes, and if introduced into a neutral or positive anaristic setting, like a poet working out word rhymes, it will prove harmless, or at worst, simply annoying. It is not designed for use against negative aristic vibes, although it can be used as an aristic vehicle to introduce positive vibes into a misguided aristic setting. Oh, in this instance, it would be the responsibility of the Arisian magician to manufacture the positive vibrations if results are to be achieved, which I'm sleepy. Right, I can't be snacky, I can't be plump. Today is sleepy. Today is sleepy. Today for Discordians sleepy, but for everyone else it's kill myself slowly, I guess, because that's what it seems like everyone does this morning. In this instance, it would be the responsibility of the Arisian magician to manufacture the positive vibrations if results are to be achieved. Caution, all magic is powerful and requires courage and integrity on part of the magician. This ritual, if misused, can backfire. Positive motivation is essential for self-protection. Indeed. Take a foot stance. Yeah, and it's true. I was a little miffed at the time, so if I had used the turkey curse, it could have turned back, and I could have been the turkey. Oh my. Like that episode on Buffy, where she accidentally turns herself into a turkey. You remember the one. And then is it Willow who eventually falls in love with the turkey? I don't remember. Anyway, take a foot stance as if you were John L. Sullivan preparing for fisticuffs. Face the particular gray face you wish to short circuit, or towards the direction of the negative anaristic vibration that you wish to neutralize. Begin waving your arms. That's also a problem for me. Way to really rub it in my face that I definitely have. That I have, though. It's just the arms. Again, poll. Quick poll. Who 0 to 8? 0 to 8? 0 to 8 arms? When do they start to become legs? Okay, quick straw poll. How many legs does a person have? Can I split the diff? 4 legs, 4 arms. What more do you need? I mean, I could think of a few things, but I realize I'm kind of reaching for the stars there with my prehensile tail. You've got the gene code. I'm just saying you have all of this, right? Gills? No, we duct tape them closed when we're on land. Obviously, there was a sort of amphibian situation you were getting into there near the end. Like, oh, bring those out. I don't know why you keep the whole right. It's like, oh, but what about the color of my eyes? Who cares? More canines, I say. The teeth, I mean, and put them wherever you like, right? On your fingers, wherever. Sort of, it's like, oh, maybe you should activate the genetic code for an imagination. Ugh. Anyways. Begin waving your arms in any elaborate manner, and make motions with your hands as though you were Mandrake feeling up a sexy giantess. You know. Chant loudly and clearly, gobble, 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 gobble. The results will be instantly apparent. 00064. And given that it's another treaty and essay, we'll take a pause here, and I'll decide what wonderful, very intelligent video game I'm going to play for all of you. obviously, I know what I'm going to do. I'm just, I'm gonna play this because it's the best. And I don't know about y'all, but you know, being chosen. Let's make sure did that actually switch over? It did. Being chosen by a divine source to espouse their message. I don't know. It just feels poignant for me. Oh gosh, I cannot wait. Cannot wait for the wrath. Okay. Oh, get out of here. Uh-huh. Ah. Oh, excuse me. Oh, right. Where'd I put them? Are they invisible to me now? Great. They would be. Oh, right. Where'd you? Where's she? There we go. There you are. Yeah, I'm real elite, obviously. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's probably not great, huh? Oh, oh, boy. A little nonplussed, huh? Soul Wind Dew. Well, whatever. Ah. Oh no. Yeah. Alright, alright, alright. Can I... Do I... Can I take them out? Ugh. Is that really desecrate? Oh. Oh. Well, good. Obviously, that's what I wanted to happen, you know. Alright, alright, alright. Uh, uh, oh, right. Actually, yeah. I, okay, okay, girl. Oh boy. Sure, alright. Yes, that's it. Huh. Let's take him out pretty quick, huh? Oh, right. Yeah, it's true. I probably should have done that first, huh? Oops. Yeah. Actually, if I put them. Okay, so somewhere around here, right? It's like. Oops. Like everyone else. Like, yeah, please. Gosh, I don't know. So just like everyone, can I do that? Can just like everyone come and join me? Oh, are those my souls or color here makes it a little difficult to. It, they are. So maybe I should collect them, huh? Just kind of sneak those things. Wow, they really do have a much bigger range than I'm thinking about, aren't I? Or them. I don't know. I don't know how they identify. Let's go. Mm, okay. Yeah. No. Get. Oops. Oh. That's a great situation. Okay. Well, why not? I agree. Oh, how are you all doing? Hmm? Doing okay? Oh, all right. All right. If that's what you think, if you feel okay. Oh. Oops. Yeah, get on it. Oh, is it them? So. That's not a nice thing to say about them. Oh. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, James. Thanks, Uncle James. Because I do really feel like that is an uncle situation. I mean, let's be real. Okay. Well, obviously. Oh. Um. Obviously, we're gonna. No. Oh, are they huffy with me now? Yes, they are. What about you? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll just see how. Okay. I suppose, but God, I really do have only one love, and it's Tim Curry. I mean, Stratos. Okay. Seems like a mean thing to do. She seems okay. A little fiery, but sometimes you gotta grab back.
That's true. I don't kill them as much as I should. Oh, oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's usually what I consider pretty good. Oh, why don't I just make Guardian? Oh, because I can't. So yeah, we'll like scoot you back a bit, and we'll make you. Oh no, you're really not going anywhere. Got it. On Brainiac. Oh, hi. Not so friendly. Well, no. We're, we're- yeah, yeah, me too, girl. Whoa, I love him. I just love him. No, I don't know. Feels like I should get little guy. Just get the one of each. All right. Oops. Oh. Oh. Sorry. Get him. Oh. Oh, I always really liked the ends. I mean, I'm so sorry to see him have to get slaughtered like this. Obviously, but I mean, what do you want? They're heathen cells. I mean, isn't that what this whole, is that what we're all based around? Oh, no. I don't want that. That's silly. That's silly. Yeah, this seems like the kind of place peasants would be in. don't mean to rush any of you, but well, fine. Then let's if we're gonna have to wait around for it to finish up, then let's enjoy the dance. Yeah, you know conversion. You know, they say they don't want it, but then you look at things like this, and like, oh, he seems so happy. Oh, well, we'll make sure they come back happy. That's something we'll do for them. Okay, I feel like this is gonna go a little faster, so. Yeah, we're going this way, cause duh. Uh-oh. Probably not great, huh? It's just us regular old chickens here. You know us. Oh, yeah, I got snoiched. Well, I think that's as good a sign as any, isn't it? Get eaten by a dragon, you take a break. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, this game, oh right, I've gotta make room for my numerical systems. Yeah. Ooh, I'll play some more High School Girls in Trouble. Oh, I probably should have made sure to kill the end, not, or kill the people, not when the end was around, but like, come on. Yeah, we were all there. Yeah, Sarah. Arabella must survive. Do not die. I always like that instruction, right? Don't lose. Because when you lose the thing, you don't win. And one of the goals is to not do the not doing. It's really clarity is very important. Not that you're not important to you, the one. Right. Oh, the break. Poop. Oh. Oh, sorry. Sorry, other humans. Uh, yeah. You know, I was just making myself way too much food in order to, you know, maximize the amount of calories that I. Hey everyone, it's me. Did I leave the mic on? It was off just until like right a second ago. And so, well, anyways, yeah. So I made myself like a little light salad. Um, just like I don't know because I've been feeling really big lately, you know, and not like swole like in the good sense, right? I've just been feeling like the sloshing of myself against my own coverings. Um, so yeah, I've been making sure to really cut back and be more genteel. You know, a lot of stuff that you're not supposed to do in front of people. But lucky for me, I'm not in front of people. So theoretically, right? Theoretically, I am. And that fun? It's like, right? Oh, do you think you're in private? Guess what? Maybe. I plead the fifth, though. And I am sure that it's pleading the fifth. Not any other kind of, things that a person could do in order to, you know, do the swearing thing. I'm not an oath takeologist, is what I'm saying. Um, oh yeah, they're all my hacked videos from just before whatever that what's the word that I hear bigots use? Incel. It's yeah, from that incel community that definitely hacked my Twitch and made me maybe stream some real weird stuff. Gosh, and I'm still really sorry about that. That wasn't me. That wasn't me, bruh. Me, you can only expect this kind of high quality content because that's how I feel right now. Content. Mmm, boy, this makes me feel content. So content. Mmm, the contention grows. Mmm, wow. Having all these organs to supply. It's really fun. What an honor. What a privilege. Being graced, such as I am, to be here with all the theoretical you. Oh, they used to say, ah, imaginary friends. That's stupid. Go make real friends. but you know, you can have terrible, hurtful, negligent, imaginary friends, just the same way you can with real friends. So I still don't really see personally the appeal. When people are like, "Ooh, who are you gonna vote down with?" It's like also everything I need here. And from my experience, already already better than whatever you're thinking. Oh, maybe we can hold hands aggressively on the beach. Mm, maybe. Oh, I guess I'm just chatting now, aren't I? Oh, whatever. Like anyone cares. Make sure that people can find your stream appropriately, because it's not like we also don't incentivize you to blast to every single person in the tri-state exactly what you're doing when you're going to do it all of the time, because God forbid there's somebody walk into a space and not know exactly what's going on from every single second that they entered into that space to the point when they leave. Wouldn't that be a shame? What is this? Like, it was one thing when we had to just like stumble blindly into, haunted houses and were machines, were homes. So I'd be like, wait, what's going on? Is this a circus or a cult? Like, totally legitimate questions, right? But these days, when you're also hooked up to the mainframe, what's going on? Struggling to breathe, though no known medical issue. I just forget to do it sometimes. Is that what this is called? Breathing? Yeah. Oh my gosh. What? I never heard of that. Air? It's like, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. God, yeah, my education system was broken. Let's talk about that instead. No. Why would I do that? Why would we do that? Ah, the good old times when I didn't actually learn anything appropriate. Let's reminisce. No. That sounds like reinforcement of something that we do not need reinforced. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of like books, but boy, do I remember but boy, do I imagine friends. Obviously, they're all imaginary, because we all just sit around each other in some sort of weird sadness coven at lunch every day, which I joined. Mom, I joined them. I found my own sadness coven. Ooh, what have you brought today? I heard that some girl that we respected just before got her boobs touched by a boy. Ha! Throw her in! No, no! Look at her squeal, look at her squeal. Oh, I hope a boy will touch my boobie one day. Me, me too. Yes, that's why we've let you in here. You're a honorary fag hag. Th- thank, thank you, miladies. We wouldn't let an ordinary boy in here. No, no. That's part of the appeal for me. that's that's why I chose you. You didn't choose us. I know, I know. Yes, yes. You're allowed to be here. Now touch my feet. Okay, okay. Yes, we all touch feet at the end of our meetings. Really? Yes. Okay. Now seriously, do you think that I've got the skills where I could go mainstream with my art? Well, Agatha, the line works there. You definitely have an understanding of like perspective, shape, you know, and I get it. You feel nervous about yours. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not. I don't have any insecurities whatsoever. I know, Agatha, and I mean that's part of what makes your talent at this so unbelievable, right? That you and someone who can do anything and is currently all things, um, and yet what you choose to do is draw sexy chibi bunny girls, and we're all into it. I'm very into it. Oh boy. I just can't wait for some more Hoppy Bunny chibi boobs. Mm-hmm. See? I'm not into it, but I can tell when I'm outnumbered. Yeah, yeah. chibi bunnies, boobies, boobies. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we all love it. Um, but yeah, I'd like to just, hear what Agatha's story is. What do you mean? These aren't stories, they're chibi bunny girls. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Let's talk later. About about Tiffany hisses, boo hisses, getting her boobies touched? No. Though, I mean, if there's more to the story, I guess, sure. You said they were fireworks? Wow. God, that's the dream, right? When I finally got mine touched, there were no fireworks anywhere. Inside, outside. Ugh, I know. Right, Katy Perry really oversold it. Speaking of, I can't make any money off of this. Everything that's not, explicitly mine. Whatever those words mean to everyone. Um, if all of that's just gonna always get shut down, let's watch Katy Perry shoot some fireworks out of her boobies. I mean, titaz. Mammarian explosive devices. In general, how are the comments on YouTube? Absolutely outstanding, down to not applicable. I'm going to put not good, because that's the truth. And what I wanted to put was not applicable, but I know nobody's going to be like, wait, what do you mean by that? Please explain more. They're just going to be thankful that I clicked a button and use my button clicking as some sort of other different weird algorithm. Like, it seems that when we treat people who come to our website like real human beings, that they stick around. Obviously, we haven't, made any changes to our policy, nor do we plan to for the next thousands of millennia. But there's something to be learned about the comment card and its way to attract rubes. After all, once we mined all the rubies in the world, rubes have become our next most valuable source of precious idiots. Excuse me, my name's Ruby. Ruby Flanagan. Common as mock. That was something my real. That's a real. God, what was her name? I don't know. I saw her twice. Whatever. You go have a cross continent grandparent. Um. It's not even. Well, I guess I meant across Atlantic, but it's cross Pacific as well, and then plus another continent, depending on which direction I'm going. I'll tell you which one I prefer. Um, Straight to hell. She don't worry. She was a good Christian or Protestant or whatever the good Church of Britain are. Which means she's going to heaven and I won't have to see her. And I just think it's a really good situation for both of us, right? We can wave. We can wave from purgatory. Um, right? Because obviously where I belong is purgatory, but there's no way. There's no way I'm not going to go see Satan. Like, gosh, I've heard all this talk. I've heard all these stories. It's like, oh, Satan made me do this, Satan made me do that. Oh my goodness, Satan made me do this, Satan made me do that. Like, and it's conflicting and it's all over the place. And I just want to meet the fellow, the snake man, a demon thing, right? Like, I don't know. I don't even know how Satan identifies. I don't know if Satan can have an identity. I don't know if it was bestowed or whether at this point it's like, I go by the devil now. Like, right? Like, I don't. You can just call me it. Like, yes, 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 yes. Like, I don't know. I don't know what Satan's up to, but I want to know. And I want to get in on it, right? Like, sorry. Oh, be good and you'll be given your ultimate reward. I don't think you understand what reward means to me, sir and or madam. Like, you'll be given infinite brunch time with God. Like, ooh. Gosh, what do I have to do to get out of that? Ooh, all the things you are and say. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Dark Lord. What a blessing. Oh my God, right? I almost got tricked because those Miracle Whip and ham sandwiches, good. Like, Marianne, we should talk about your heavy hand with the whips, but as the particular kind of nutrient starved that I am, I very much appreciate it, and it really does make it pop. You're right. Um, but yeah, uh, sometimes, sometimes it's like, oh, but they're having a free soup. The kitchen's having, the church is open for biscuits. So I don't know. I'll hear what they have to say. Hmm. Oh, you hate them too. Yeah. Yep. Nope. I'd never put it there. Uh-uh. Nope. Nothing. No, doesn't get past these gums. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Right. Touch these gums. Better shun. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And show them your guns. Ooh, you know, these biscuits, good, not that good. Gotta go. Bow, 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 bow. Ah, sorry, no, the expression. Mm. Oh, the contentment. Mm. Oh, cool. There's a QTPOC story in which the first page is a division saying white, black, why the divide? Well, you know, when you use examples like that, it's not particularly referential because we all ideally know what a divide is. And obviously, we're all keenly aware, at least I hope at this point, right? Because this is where it's like, there's still racist people out there. And I was like, yes, but you haven't been invited to their parties. You don't know who they are. You're not part of those communities. I can guarantee it, right? Yeah, because hey, howdy. Howdy, y'all. Yeah, yeah, I'm a native Austin. Yep, native Austiner. Yeah, I moved to Minneapolis and Wisconsin. Yeah, you know, I'm from the Pacific Northeast. Like, oh no, oh no, I don't. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah, oh no, yeah, oh no, yeah, oh no, oh yeah, yeah, uh-huh. Let's go to the A&W. Oh my God, Martha. I don't have the right goldfish. Oh, oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. That is just a tragedy. Oh, right. Sorry. I got bitter again. God, you're a shooting star, Katy Perry. Fireworks. It's called firework. Oh, it's called firework. Okay. No, I want this in my headphones. I don't need to subject my maybe neighbors. This is where it's like, look, it's not just here where it's like people apparently live around me, but I just never interact with them. And no, I'm not going to just like stare at their door hoping that they're going to come by sometime. I almost put in the chatting. Is that a thing? Can I do that? Chatting. Nope. Just pushing the buttons. That's what I'm doing. Just pushing the buttons. Mm-hmm. You know, maybe she is Eris. Maybe that's it. No, sorry though. Oh yeah, here. We'll give you a look into yourselves. Do you see that? Do you see? Do you see all that silence? Thanks, 3D. But it's okay. It's okay. I'm not bitter. You're bitter. God, what other old thing should I subject you to? What time is it? How how late? How late is? Probably not late enough for what I'm thinking, but um oh, yeah. So, I was born continue on with my very much not a hoax life. Very much. Ah! Couldn't get here. As it turns out, the worst of them still can, so fine.